Welcome back, everyone, to Next Gen News Week. I am sitting here with Jason Tomlinson from Big Dad Games and Jonathan Bly, who is a competitive Smash player from Big Dad Games. What's going on, everybody?
Hey, what's up, man? Hey.
How's it going, man?
So, Jason, we're going to start with you because we're eventually going to get to talking about the new Smash character, Min Min, who was revealed last week. But just to give everybody an overview, what is Big Dad Games?
Big Dad Games is I'm going slow on it here because we haven't got to be ourselves in quite a while. We are a gaming event organization. We have local tournaments for a variety of games, but of course the one that we do the most of is Smash Bros Ultimate, right here in just north of Nashville, here in Tennessee, and I've been missing the local scene for a long time, but maybe we'll get back together sometime in July or August. Who knows?
Yeah. So, just real quick, what made you decide to start hosting your weekly tournaments?
Man, we were sitting in Sanders Ferry Pizza one day, and that's a local pizza place right here in Hendersonville. And my wife looked at all the TVs on the wall. She looks at me, and she said, "We could do something here." And then that was like that statement that just sent my gamer brain into the next level, pun intended. And I asked the owner there. I was like, "Hey, do you guys ever have any gaming tournaments? Any Smash Brothers tournaments here?" He's like, "No." I said, "Well, what about it?" And then there, January of 2019, we had. Both of you boys were there. We had about 55 players on the bracket. Not 55. It was more like 30. Anyways, way more than I thought we would. That tournament itself, structurally, was a nightmare in hindsight. As a TO, I didn't have a clue what I was doing. But as the months would go on, we would tighten up the process a lot more. And about 6 months into it, we even were able to land a place in Gallatin where we were able to have a weekly tournament at the Sumner Teen Center for Smash Brothers. And that's been a tremendous blessing ever since. Ever since March of this year.
Yeah, that's hopefully once all this pandemic stuff is settled through, we'll be able to get back into going out there and hanging out again, because I missed my Smash community. I missed my weeklies I get to go to on Tuesday nights. It's always been really fun to go to those.
Definitely.
So, Jonathan, we'll jump to you. You want to tell everybody a little bit about yourself, like as far as like your gaming background and your time with playing Smash Ultimate?
Yeah, man. So I have grown up playing every release of Smash Bros. From N64 with my brothers to GameCube, and then Wii, just playing them all because I have a bunch of siblings, so it makes sense to play a game that has 4-player capability. And I never got to really get into Smash 4, but whenever Smash Ultimate was revealed and announced, I was like, okay, I have to get a Switch because I finally have the ability to be able to play this online, and I'm an adult now, so I can go to these locals and find a community, which is where Big Dad Games has been super helpful and great to be part of that. Yeah, my time with Smash is actually fairly short as far as the quote-unquote competitive part of it goes. I wouldn't consider myself all that competitive, but I do like having a local community to be a part of.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Well, so I guess we'll jump into the actual fighter reveal itself. So Jason, we'll go back to you. Were you excited about the Min Min reveal trailer, or were you expecting a different ARMS character to show up?
First of all, when they announced that it was going to be an ARMS character, I was immediately excited, just because a lot of the franchises before, the franchise that Hero is from, the franchise that Joker is from, and the franchise that even I was more familiar with Terry, but just, a Fatal Fury person necessarily. I mean, it's fine, but we did play a bit of ARMS. My kids and I, we enjoyed that. We ended up trading it in. We'll probably buy it back again, as we often do at our house. But oh yeah,
I can relate to that.
As far as an ARMS character, you know, there were haters and there were people that weren't excited about it. You know, maybe thinking that, you know, they're just trying to sell another Nintendo property. But I was excited because ARMS is a really unique, fun, lighthearted, you know, very, very unique fighting game. So I was curious, you know, is it going to be Springman? Is it going to be Ninjara? Is it going to be some of the others? Because obviously if it's Springman, that's exciting because that means an assist trophy could possibly be a character, which is, you know, opens up a whole nother array of opportunities and options. But when I woke up, I slept in a bit last Monday, and the only thing that aggravated me, that bothered me, was that the title on YouTube of the character reveal had Min Min in it, so I didn't get to experience, you know, the true wonder of watching Mr. Sakurai, you know, lead up to that true unveiling. You know, I love the hype that they built up around it for. I guess it was a month or so before they said ARMS, and then they finally said Min Min. But the reveal trailer was absolutely fantastic. I have a taste for Japanese food, and I love real ramen food. So I mean, watching Falcon and help me out, Kirby. Eat their ramen, and Kirby, then to see Min Min appear, it was very, very cool, very cool. I won't start talking about her moveset necessarily, but her moveset looks very, very cool. Very, I think it'll be a lot of fun to play with.
All right, Jonathan, what about you?
I thought it was pretty cool that they chose Min Min. You know, as hype as it would have been to have Springman, just for the implications that an assist trophy could be a character, I wouldn't have looked forward to Springman. The toothpaste helmet hair.
I'm so glad you said toothpaste hair.
Appeal to, you know what? Yeah, the toothpaste hair. It doesn't quite appeal to me as a character as much as Min Min's aesthetic and design does. But, you know, ever since we knew that it was an ARMS character, we could pretty much assume that they're going to put a lot of care into it because it's a franchise that seems to be close to Nintendo, even if it hasn't gotten as much love recently. Yeah, I think it's cool that it was Min Min. There are a lot worse choices on the, at least in my opinion, on the ARMS roster that it could have been.
Well, I was going to ask you, this is the way that I thought it was going to go when they didn't announce who the character was, that it was going to be like Hero, where there was going to be like 4 ARMS characters that were just sharing like one slot. So we would have gotten like Ribbon Girl and Min Min and maybe Twintel and Ninjara maybe, or someone else like that. So I think I still think it would have been cool if they did that, but I think Min Min has enough personality by herself to separate herself on the roster.
Yeah. Totally.
So, Jason, do you think that Min Min is going to have the same appeal as some other characters and like other DLC characters have had? So, like, I remember whenever Piranha Plant first came out, that like everyone and the community was like all about Plant Gang, and I think it happened again with Joker, if I'm not mistaken. Do you think that Min Min has that kind of appeal, or is she just going to be kind of like someone else that's like, oh yay, a new DLC character, then she kind of just fades out a little bit?
I'm really curious to see how it's going to go with the DLC characters as a TO. One frustrating thing for me is that I spend all the money to update all my accounts, and then percentage wise, people stick to their mains. People stick to the characters that they have been literally working years to perfect. So I mean, the expectation for all of us on the running the tournament, running the brackets, the expectation is for us to be current with everything, and then it just doesn't happen. So if men can kind of break that curse, I'm all for it. Like I would say out of all the DLC, in terms of a character, in terms of a player using one of the DLC characters to pull off a victory, Joker and maybe Piranha Plant are the only two. And granted, my experience is in a very small part of the Smash competitive scene. I mean, we're a suburb, north of Nashville, so I don't know how things go in larger metropolitan areas per se. Maybe you'd see more Hero or more Byleth or whatever, but mostly for my players, it ends up being something really cool to use in a friendly, but not necessarily something cool that is gonna help somebody yield a victory. Maybe men will kind of tip the scales. I think that the people that recognize the use of the left hand and the right hand for her, I think that's going to appeal to a really specific player. And is that player in these parts? I hope so. That would be really cool.
If I can add on to that, I think what will really determine whether or not she breaks the TO curse of no one using the DLC for victories is it's going to be a matter of balancing how fun is she on an individual level, and compared to the other like Banjo or Hero. But on top of that, she also has to have some viability to, like, you don't want to go into a tournament and play a character that's fun but you'll lose on. So she has to have some type of viability in that regard, and she very well may.
Yeah, that was, I guess, bringing into the next question I had for you, Jonathan. Do you think that her, like, from what we've seen of her moveset, do you think that she is going to be a competitive character, or is she more like that gimmick character that you pull out at a friendly while you're waiting for your time to go in the bracket?
I think as far as her moveset is designed, it is 100% for the casual scene. However, it's all really just depending on the numbers behind her moveset. Right. Because, of course, she doesn't look necessarily broken at a higher level competitive play, but if her numbers are insane, like she has some 30% aerial forward smash, then yeah, we could see her definitely played competitively if the knobs aren't turned just the right way there.
All right, so moving on from Min Min, the other, I guess, kind of big reveal out of this was that Vault Boy from Fallout is getting the Meat Gunner costume treatment. So I don't know, like, it feels like Meat Gunner is getting a lot of special treatment with these, because like all of the really cool costumes have come from they go to Meat Gunner, I guess. I think they showed, who was it? Callie and Marie from Splatoon. True. As those costumes didn't look good at all, and or at least they didn't to me. But, so I'm just gonna ask both of you, going forward. First off, who is your pick for the next character that should get revealed, and what Mii costume would you like to see be bundled with them, like in the same direct? So Jason, we'll go to you first.
My nerd dad answer is, and if my son hears this, he's gonna punch me. But my answer is, I would love to see Slippy, Toad, or Peppy from Star Fox. I would love to see either one of them revealed. I mean, it's a joke, and I really appreciate Alpha Rad's promoting Frogger there for a while.
What a meme. What a meme.
I don't know if he was serious or not, but I just, if it's goofy, if it's quirky, like for example, I'm not a Mortal Kombat player, but all the Shaggy stuff was hilarious. Like, and I love that Sakurai and the whole team take elements from M games that are just like way more violent than a Smash Brothers game would ever have room for. And then we have, you know, stuff from now Fallout. Obviously, we have stuff from Bayonetta, stuff from of course, from Persona 5.
Metal Gear.
Yeah, Metal Gear, exactly. I think that's so ironic and hilarious. If it's funny, if it's quirky, if it, you know, appeals to a goofy dad like myself, then yeah, I'd absolutely love to see Peppy or Slippy, just because I think it definitely fits. I mean, we have Game & Watch, for Pete's sake, and then I've seen Game & Watch do really well in some tournaments and competitions. As far as the Mii fighter costume, I don't know. That's a really good question. We haven't ever seen anything in Smash from any comic books. Obviously, you know, Mortal Kombat gets some attention that way, and of course, and some of the other games do too. But I mean, if we could ever have anything comic booky, like it would, I know Marvel and DC would probably never go for it, because, well, DC wouldn't, definitely, because they don't necessarily play well. They belong to Warner Brothers, but I don't know. It'd be cool to see some Mii Fighter skins from comic books. Almost anything I'd be happy with.
Okay, so Jonathan, what about you? What is your pick?
As far as the next character for the Fighter Pass, I got to be honest with you. I've really been wanting Heihachi, and he was pretty much 100% deconfirmed with the reveal of the Mii Brawler costume. So now, not only am I not getting Heihachi, but now I have to learn how to play Mii Brawler. So it's a lose-lose there. But we roughing it out here. But that's okay. They can redeem themselves in my eyes as far as what characters are revealed. Of course, I'm completely happy with the roster, and anything that they do or don't add, I'm going to be happy with. But the character that I would love to see the most has to be Yoshimitsu, because then you're getting a representative from both Soul Calibur and Tekken into this ultimate fighting game that Smash has sort of become, with the inclusion of Ryu and Terry. I think it'd be cool.
I think that we're probably going to get another character in this Fighter Pass that's going to use like the command inputs like Terry did. I think you're probably on the right track. I don't know if it's Yoshimitsu, but I think we'll get somebody who has that kind of moveset.
I think it would be cool, especially seeing how they've handled Min Min with her B attacks being, is it her right arm or her left arm? Either way, it controls...
A is her left arm and B is her right arm.
Okay, so now that we've seen them use the B button for more than just a special input, it's now a, right hand. I think that works really well in both Tekken and Soul Calibur systems, because in Soul Calibur it's vertical and horizontal attacks, and in Tekken it's left arm, right arm, just like Min Min. I think it'd be cool to have Yoshimitsu. As far as the Mii costumes, the only one that I could think that I wouldn't be terribly excited for, but I think would be a good fit, would be like the main character of Drawn to Life or something like that, because I think that that kind of works. It'd give the swordsman a good cameo skin.
Well, speaking of a good Mii sword fighter skin, the one that I want is Minecraft Steve. That way he can't be a real character.
No. That's just cruel. Steve's getting in, whether we like it or not. He's got to be.
No, Master Chief gets in before Steve does.
Ooh. See, I'm actually kind of torn which one I would like more. I think I would rather play as Master Chief, but I would rather see Minecraft Steve. Just, if not only for the memes, for the significance of, Minecraft.
we have to either get Master Chief or Doom Guy. Like, one of those has to be real, because those were both leaked, like, forever ago. Like, if you follow leaks, it was both.
Yeah.
And we have to get at least one of them. That's just not fair. My pick for the next DLC character, I think that my heart tells me that I should pick Crash Bandicoot, but I really want to see Travis Touchdown from No More Heroes.
That'd be cool.
Like, that way we get some lightsaber representation. since you know Star Wars isn't ever going to get into Smash. So, anyway, I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, I think Travis Touchdown's a very stylish pick. I think he fits into that like category that Joker fits into, of having this big audience that might be a little bit like it might be a little bit more cult following, but it still has all this flair and would translate super well, I think. So
yeah. Seeing it whenever what was it, last Monday when they revealed Min Min, they said we're not announcing any new characters, but like an hour after that presentation was when they announced Crash Bandicoot 4. So I was expecting them to just be like, oh yeah, by the way, you know how we said that there wasn't a new Smash reveal in that video? It's here instead. It's
man, that'd be some crazy cross promo.
Oh yeah, totally. All right, well that about wraps up looking into Min Min going it forward. You can look forward to Min Min coming out tomorrow at the time, or actually today, depending on whenever you're listening to this, or she's out now. So, Jonathan, Jason, thank you guys so much for hopping in here to talk about Smash with me. Do you guys have any social media or anything you want to plug real quick?
Not me personally.
I'll plug. I'll definitely plug Big Dad Games on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just search Big Dad Games on any of those platforms, and if also we got a Big Dad Games Friends on as a Facebook group, and the links to our Discord. Our Discord is on all of those places. We'd love to see you out there.
All right, thank you guys so much.
No problem, man. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.